Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. I've done shoot the shit in quite some time, but I believe it is time that I go back and rewind the clock a bit. Um, as they always say, apparently the past always get brought up. Y'all might not like what's about to be said. Honestly, I do not care because I've been very, very laid back and been letting a lot of things slide that need to be approached. Everybody's going to be a little bit irritated, but that's okay because honestly, I pretty much laid back. I minded my own business, but after podcast after podcast after podcast after podcast after podcast after podcast. Let me rewind the clock. So, back in 2023, JMR, I'm going to bring up the subject of JMR. JMR, when I had the fallout with a certain somebody that I'm not naming, but you know who I'm talking about, because it was a 2 year uh, abusive type scenario. JMR came to me and legit said, oh, Devin, I got your back. Where was he? He chose the side of a habitual liar, narcissistic type person. And yet, when it came down to it, JMR, where was you? So, you stab people in the back. You're the Two Face. Because if you was ever my friend at one point, you showed your true colors a long time ago. Um, Two, I've let go of the past and moved on. I'm not worried about looking over my shoulder. But since you want to bring up the past, let's talk about the past. Ty was one of my friends, and yes, we did had a fallout a long time ago, but we made up throughout the years. We've been around each other and whatnot in the EFED world. Let the man rest in peace, but I don't have any problems with him. I don't have any problems with certain other people that want to keep attacking people. I don't have any problem with anybody. I moved on. I bettered myself. I bring in views whenever I do something. And yet it seems like I got a lot of haters out there. But that's okay. Because in the end, it doesn't matter what anyone has to say, as long as they are continuing to do their thing. Now, CJ, I don't got no problems with you. Never have, never will. Family is supposed to be family. I get that you was in the hospital, bleeding. out of your arm. I understand where you're coming from. I didn't know that happened to you. But now I do. Sorry to hear about that. Now, pushing forwards. I don't got no issues at all with anybody. People's going to say what they want to say. People's going to hear what they want to hear. And people's going to twist words that doesn't need twisted. And honestly, I'm just tired of the childish drama. Simple, out of the way BS. I'm literally done hearing about it. Every day that I've literally came home from work, it's podcast after podcast after podcast after podcast. Fact, 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 Iceman, fact, 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 fact. I don't got time to literally constantly see my YouTube notifications pop up repeatedly about fact did this, fact said that, fact did this. It's like a never ending broken record. It's kind of immature and childish at the same time. But everything that happened in the past needs to be left in the past. It's literally, it drains people. It's the reason why Tyler went out the way he did, because of the stress. And everybody knows that Tyler was a good guy that pointed out the obvious and wouldn't put up with the bull and literally would try to fix the issue at hand instead of constantly dwelling on past events. He would want what is best for people. He would want to see how far people could get in their eFed careers. He would want to see people improve. And like literally people attacking another person just for the heck of it, I don't think that's right. It's considered bullying. And honestly, consider it whatever way that you want to consider it as standing your ground. Literally, I'm going to be straight up. If you're constantly going after them, that's not standing your ground. That's bullying. That's harassing people. And all that's going to be doing is make people lose your viewership on your end. And not only that, people are going to stop tuning in to hear what you are saying and whatnot. Because honestly, people are seeing the true colors of what you're showing. And just remember who actually was the one that gave you the advice to walk through the wrestling world business actual doors. If it wasn't for me giving you the advice that you needed to hear and actually do, they would have treated you just like they would have treated me a long time ago. They would have shot on you. I'm proud to say that you took that step. I'm proud to say that you're learning to be a better person out there. But do not let your ego override your pride, because honestly, that's what's going to happen. You're going to end up being another Ethan Evans type scenario that you don't want to end up becoming. And honestly, I can see it starting to unfold that way. Don't go down that road. Because even though family is family, family protects family. Even though family turns on family. Regardless, I'm always around. If you need to talk, all you have to do is shoot me a message. I've been waiting days. But I never heard anything. But it's fine. Everybody has to go through life the way they see fit on how they want to live their life. And to give you one piece of advice, you thought that I had full control over you, NWF, and everybody's company. No, that wasn't the case. You already had control of your own company. You actually closed the doors of that. I didn't tell you. That was your own decision to make. You had control over your own channel regardless of the matter. That was your own decision to make. Just like the own decision of joining other people's companies that I don't associate with no more. That was your decision to make. I don't got no problems with Ray. I don't got no problems with Craig Mack. I don't got problems with Cowboy Justin or anybody on that matter. Like I said, the past is the past. Leave it in the past. Move on. Better yourself. Don't dwell on unsettled stuff. Because honestly, that's what's going to end up hurting you in the long run. Because even though my health is dropping because of unsettled stress, I'm have to step into a podcast after so many years of being away from it to let stuff slide and whatnot. I had to literally come out of retirement, so to say, of doing podcasts to put a stop to the BS. I don't care what you have to say about me. I don't care what you have to say. One thing for sure, you can like it, you can hate it, you can lump it. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you block me as a friend. I don't care if you continue talking to your little buddy group that you got going on that has turned their backs on me anyway, which eventually they will turn their back on you just like they did me. Ryan is going to show his true colors, just like I said he was in the beginning. Ryan is the type of person will tell you the truth, but he will also be the person that will literally not do exactly what you ask of him as a friend. JMR, Two Face. I'm literally just pointing out the facts. You could like it, you can hate it, you can tell them straight up what I'm saying. I don't care. Main thing is, I'm I'm not gonna dwell on the past. I'm not going to put people down, but I'm pointing out the obvious. As for Nixon, Nixon is just a straight up snitch. That's just point blank. True friends don't run in tattletale. And regardless of the matter, I'm just tired of the drama made childish immaturity and negativity that is happening, that is occurring. And trust me, after this little segment is done, you can say everything that you want and get really, really butthurt. But I'm just stating facts right here, just like you did in your last 6 to 8 podcasts. But the only difference maker to me and you, I have enough sense to not curse God's name. That is what I heard out of your one podcast. Someone that believes in God's word and someone that actually believes in the Bible knows that in the scriptures it says, do not curse God's name in vain. Or, in other words, an Aaron Torville speech that he actually used that word and cursed God's name in vain. Got to remember, CJ, I pay close attention to a lot of things. It's the whole reason why you're having chest pains is because you're lashing out too much. And that's the reason where the downfall is going to continue to happen if you keep letting yourself lash out the way you're doing. Don't fall in the same footsteps as Tyler did. Tyler wants you to be better than that. I've already been down that road. Like, literally, I've already moved on from this. And it seems like variative patterns here that it's just continuously happening, one after another. Supposedly, I'm supposed to have Feck and Iceman in this podcast. I don't know why they haven't joined when they were supposed to be in here, but it's okay because I don't need extra help. Or people that laughs in the background and go, "Oh, dang!" Yes. I don't find it funny. What I find intriguing is that y'all would have to go this low for me to step out of retirement from podcasts and literally have to jump back on board and put my 2 cents in it after little over 7 years. And it's quite tiring that I have to step in to literally not only fix the issues at hand, but it's very tiring to constantly be cleaning up y'all's mess after over 7 years of dealing with this. And you wonder why Tyler had so much stress on him. You wonder why stuff just keeps happening over and over and over and over. But yet, Feck has already moved on. He wants to better himself. And what are you doing in return? Slandering his name. You are throwing him under the bus with all these fake account blaming bullshit when I have legit proof, and I overheard it from Gunshop because he was dealing with your email one day, and there was a file that in there that said that had to deal with multiple different accounts in it. So I definitely know what's going on. I wasn't born yesterday. So you can continue blaming him over the petty shit, but honestly, you're only making yourself look foolish while you're alive. I thought you were a lot more mature than that. Because honestly, this ain't the road that you want to go down. And I'm just telling you that as a friend. If that's what you believe. Now, from this point forward, if you consider me as a friend, that's fine. If you consider me not, that's fine too. It's fine and dandy. I don't have to call you every single day to literally see how you're doing. Because I'm not wasting my time out of my day to check up on you daily. We was close, like a very close unit as family. But after that fallout between you and Feck constantly happening inside of my EPED doors, that's where the nail hit the coffin. It's time for us to move on from that scenario. Because honestly, you're losing subscribers on your channel because of it. And that's just facts. Everybody's getting tired of hearing the same thing. Lashing out and everything else, all that's doing is just showing how immature you're showing yourself to everybody out there. You got to literally think before you act. I've learned that throughout the years, and I never knew what it meant from my parent, actually from my mother, before I actually figured it out. It took me a total of 16 or 17 years before I understood it. Wisdom is key, yes, but you got to have the knowledge to back it up. So, from here on out, this will probably be the only podcast I post up here under the Shoot the Shit episode 1. But moving on forwards, I'm literally tired of having to step in and clean up the mess that Tyler Black had to clean up constantly because of fallouts. And that's the reason why everything went downhill from where he was at. Too much late nights of cleaning up people's messes. And yes, Tyler was a good friend of mine. We didn't see eye to eye, but we had the same goal in common. So from here on out, I'm done hearing about the topic about, oh, Fact did this, Fact did that. It's it's childish. That's all it is. Because honestly, we're not getting any younger. And literally, we are trying to better ourselves. We cannot be pointed at for all the bad stuff we did on our past that we had to learn a lesson from. And then people point the finger at them and blaming them for stuff that they probably never did. So it's time to drop the shit and just move on. Because honestly, it's time to move forward. And that's all I got to say about that.